What's up, guys? Welcome to Dyna Demos. I'm Rod.
I'm Lego.
And today we're going to be doing a full oil change on Lego's 2016 Dyna Lowrider S using AMSOIL.
So make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what you think. Thank you. All right, what's up, guys? Today we're going to be doing a oil change on my 2016 Lowrider S. Shout out to a diesel oil guy. He sent us out some oil right here. We got the engine oil, and then we're going to be throwing this in the primary and then this in the transmission. He also sent us out an oil filter. Got that right here. And he also sent us out another box right here. We got some chain lube. That's a hint of what's to come. All right. And then what else we got? We got some Miracle Wash right there. Some good stuff. This is all AMSOIL products. We got some quick shot gasoline treatment and stabilizer. And we got some motorcycle octane boost. So we're gonna be doing reviews on all these products, so check them out. All right.
All right, guys, so we drained that primary. If you're doing this while the bike is on the ground, just make sure you sit on the bike or lean it straight up just to get all that oil out of there. So now we already broke torque on it. We already cracked it open, so I'm going to drain the engine oil. Now we're going to use the oil filter wrench to take off the oil filter. All right, if you don't have one of these, highly recommend getting one. They're not too expensive. How much you pay, Lego? You remember?
$10.
10 bucks. All right. I was just wrenching on this, try to break torque. It was really hard. So a lot of guys will stick a screwdriver through it and break it and try to spin it like that. But just spend 10 bucks, get this thing. All right. All right, guys, so now we're gonna drain the transmission oil. So first thing I gotta do is take off this cover, move it out of the way. All right. Now I already broke torque on this, but it was kind of hard to break torque. So what I did on the dipstick, was I took a cheater wrench and broke torque like that. The drain plug for the transmission is right here where my finger is. All right, I hope you guys can see that. So I had to use I think it's a 5/8, yep, 5/8 socket.
Looks like red line. So one thing about the drain plug you want to pay attention to, so these guys right here are magnetic, so you want to check it for any big chips. If you have any like huge metal chips in here, that means that like either your engine, your transmission, your primary, something's getting tore up in there, all right? So you want to make sure you don't have any huge metal pieces here. Harley is gonna call for your O-rings to be replaced, but if you look at them and inspect them and you don't have any huge chunks missing, then you can reuse them. The same thing goes for your primary cover. So check your O-ring, right? If it's good, then I'd say let it ride. You know, I'm not gonna get another one. Some of these are paper, same thing. You can reuse them, all right? You don't have to buy a new one every time.
All right, so now we're gonna fill up the primary. All right, we're gonna use the AMSOIL synthetic V-twin primary fluid, and it says that it delivers consistent clutch feel, helps prevent slip, and eases shift to neutral. All right, the pub calls for 1 quart, so we're gonna dump the whole thing in. You can either do this with the bike upright on the lift like we got it, or you can do it on the kickstand.
So now I'm gonna install the primary cover. Really simple, just line it up, put that hardware through. Be careful this thing doesn't fall off. And make sure you don't cross thread the hardware. All right, guys, so I ran these all down. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tighten them in like a star pattern. So the way I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna tighten this top one, and then I'm gonna skip this bolt, go to the next one. I'm gonna skip that bolt, I'm gonna go to this one. Now I'm gonna skip the top bolt, go to this one. Skip a bolt, boom. Now what I'm gonna do, since all of them are tight, I'm just gonna hit them up one more time. Make sure they're tight. You don't have to wrench on these, nothing crazy. You don't wanna strip these out. Look up the torque if you're not confident so you don't strip these out.
All right guys, now we're gonna install the AMSOIL oil filter. Came in this box, 20 micron filter. All right. The publication, and you should do this whatever you're changing the oil on. All right. Just dip your finger in the oil.
Make sure you're not using gloves.
And just put a thin film of fresh oil on this gasket. All right. Then the publication also says, don't tighten this oil filter with the wrench that we use to remove it. All right, so like we said at the beginning of the video, we're gonna put the AMSOIL V-Twin motorcycle oil. This is 2050 weight. This says you can put in the engine, transmission, or primary, all right, but we're going to put a primary lube in the primary and transmission in the transmission. So right now we're going to dump this in. The pub calls for 2.5 quarts. By the way, this can be done either with the bike on the kickstand or upright. We're gonna do it while it's on the stand right here. We're gonna dump in about 2.5 quarts and check it. If we need to add more, we'll add more. All right guys, so we got the engine oil in the bike. We put about 2.3 quarts in there. We're going to, the pub called for 2.5, so we're going to put the bike on the ground. We're gonna start it, we're gonna let it run for a little bit, and then we're gonna check in and see if we need to add any. So right now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to add the transmission oil, all right? The publication calls for 0.83 liters. All right, you can see on the AMSOIL they have ounces and liters, so I'm gonna put about 8 liters in there right now, and then we're gonna do the same thing, we're gonna check it. We're using the synthetic V-Twin transmission oil, and it says it promotes quiet operation and smoother shifting.
So right now we're gonna take the bike off the stand and then we're gonna finish servicing the bike. All right guys, so now I'm gonna check the oil. I let my bike run for a second just so it would cycle through the oil filter. And now I'm gonna look at the oil level, see where it's at. If you're doing a cold oil check, you want it 4 from the bottom. So you want it about right there where my thumbnail is. And I'm only 1 over that, so I'm fine with that right there. So on a hot oil check, that's anything over 200 degrees Fahrenheit. So right now we're not at 200 degrees Fahrenheit. I know how hot my oil is because right here I have a temperature sensor. So if you see that, it says it's cold, it's only 89 degrees. So now I'm going to check the transmission oil level, and you just gotta use this Allen key again. Make sure it's tightened all the way down before you check it, and then loosen it, pull it out, and you want to make sure that it is between the add and the full. It looks like it is right on the full line, so that's good right there. You want to make sure that you're checking this on a level surface on your kickstand, right? They call it a jiffy stand, just means your kickstand. All right guys, so I just let my bike run for a minute, and now I'm gonna check underneath my bike and make sure nothing's leaking. So take a quick look underneath. It's always a good idea. Make sure you don't have any leaks. Look up underneath there, and it doesn't look like anything's leaking. And that's gonna do it.
All right guys, that's gonna do it for the AMSOIL oil change. Again, shout out to our buddy Adrian. One thing we are gonna be coming out with is a review video today. Before we did it, Lego went for a ride. He was recording temperatures of his front cylinder and of his oil on his dipstick. He has an oil gauge that he showed you guys. And we're curious to see if it makes a difference in temperatures or anything. But we'll be coming out with that review video here in probably the next couple weeks. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, that's going to do it for us at Dyna Demos. I'm Rod.
I'm Lego, and make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and everything that we use in the video is going to be in the description. Thank you.